There's always the debate online as to who makes the best pizzas. Is it New York style, Chicago deep dish, Neapolitan style from Italy? Well, today there is a new contender, and that is the Detroit style pizza. This is an absolutely delicious pizza. It is super easy to make. Give this thing a try. Let's get cooking.
To make our pizza dough, we're going to start off with 286 grams of warm water, 3 grams of instant yeast, mixing to fully dissolve the yeast into the water. Then adding in 202 grams of bread flour and 202 grams of 00 flour. Then mixing on low speed until a shaggy dough has formed. Then add 10 grams of kosher salt and mix on low speed for 3 to 4 minutes to help develop the gluten. Then cover the bowl and allow the dough to rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, mix on low for 2 more minutes. Coat a bowl or container with olive oil to prevent sticking, and then add your dough to the bowl, cover, and let rise in a cool area for 24 hours. Detroit style pizza is a pan pizza, and the pan you use is important. You'll want to use something with higher walls like this aluminum Lloyd 10x14 pan. Once the dough has risen for at least 24 hours, we're going to coat our pan in olive oil, spreading it around evenly so the entire inside is coated. We're then going to transfer our dough from the bowl into the pan. Then, using our hands, we're going to begin stretching the dough towards the edges. The dough will not reach the edges initially, so we will cover and allow the dough to rest and proof for 2 hours. While brick cheese is traditional for Detroit style pizza, we will be using a mixture of part skim low moisture mozzarella as well as whole milk mozzarella. Using a box grater, we will shred our part skim mozzarella on the largest grate. Due to my whole milk mozzarella being too soft for a cheese grater, I went ahead and cut it into small cubes. Then we're going to combine both cheeses in a bowl together. For our topping, we're going to go with a classic pepperoni. Using a very sharp knife, we're going to thinly slice the pepperoni so that it almost creates a cup once baked. For the sauce, we're going to need a 28-ounce can of either crushed or whole tomatoes. Highly recommend Bianco di Napoli. We're also going to need 1 yellow onion chopped into large chunks, as well as 2 garlic cloves thinly sliced. We're then going to add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil to a medium saucepan. Then while on medium heat, we're going to add our chopped onion and garlic. Then give it a good mix and add in 1 bunch of fresh basil as well as 1 tablespoon of red chili flakes. Mix and allow them to bloom in the hot oil. Now it's time to add a full can of tomatoes, giving it a nice mix and adding 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, and a few cracks of fresh black pepper. Give it a taste for seasoning and adjust if needed. Then using an immersion blender, give it a quick pulse to break up any large chunks. After 2 hours, you'll notice that the dough has doubled in size and you're able to really stretch the edges into all of the corners. Be delicate, we don't want to degas the dough at this point. We're then going to add as much or as little cheese as you would like. I'm a fan of cheese, so this pizza used approximately 1 pound of our mixture. We're then going to place our pepperonis across the entire pizza from edge to edge. It may seem like a lot, but they shrink once cooked. We're then going to place our pizza into a 550 degree preheated oven. If you happen to have a baking steel, use it. It really helps get a nice crispy bottom. We're going to allow it to bake for 17 minutes and then carefully remove it as the pan will be super hot. Once removed from the oven, we want to transfer the pizza to a wire rack as soon as possible to prevent the dough from becoming soft and soggy from the excess steam. It is now time to sauce. As in proper Detroit form, we're going to spoon 2 thick lines of sauce from top to bottom. And then our secret weapon, Mike's Hot Honey. This stuff complements the pepperoni and sauce better than anything out there. Give it a nice drizzle from side to side and do not be shy. Lay it on there. Then do yourself a favor and load up as much freshly grated Parmesan as you possibly can on this pizza. And last but not least, we're going to add roughly torn pieces of fresh basil for the flavor and the awesome contrast of color. And there you have it. It took 2 days, but we've made ourselves one heck of a beautiful Detroit style pizza. Based on the size of this pizza, it is best to cut it into 6 slices, but if you're like me, you're going to want to be sure to grab one of those insane corner slices. Just look at that piece of pizza, look at that cheese crust. That is a Detroit style pizza.
Wow, this thing looks absolutely insane. I have no idea where to begin. I mean, to be honest, it looks like a professional pizza. The funny thing is, it came out of a residential oven right over there. Now, it has been a 2-day process. We've been at this yesterday, starting our dough, which really didn't take too much time. Today, day 2, was really the majority of our work and efforts that went into making this thing. We've made our sauce, we grated our cheese, we cut our pepperonis, we baked it off, and now it's time to eat. I think I'm gonna go for the edge. Oh my God. While this may seem like a really heavy pizza, you can see here it's super light and airy on the inside. It's not heavy, it's not too dense, and you have this amazing, amazing, well done exterior, as they call it, the crown, on the outside of this pizza. That's melted cheese, fried dough. I mean, you've got so many different flavors and textures in one bite of pizza. Come on. Do you hear the crunch? Can you hear the crunch? I beg all of you to give this pizza recipe a try. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a pizza oven. You don't need to worry about throwing dough up into the air. Literally, in no time, you have I'll call it a pizza shop quality pizza in your own home. If you like this recipe and you like this video, please comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you want me to cook in an upcoming video. Until next time, let's get eating.